Alright, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be exploring an abandoned school. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm just going to get right on into it and show you all around. Okay guys, so over here we have what seems like a kind of bigger, kind of feels like a lecture room, but this was definitely a high school. I don't know if there was like bigger amounts of students, like a larger class size that maybe would be fit in here. And then we have this really massive chalkboard, kind of old school vibes. I know that most people had like the Promethean boards or like at least marker or something, but chalkboard it is here. So that's kind of cool. It shows kind of how old this place is. I'm gonna hop into some of the other rooms and show you guys what some of the other kind of classroom style rooms were like here. So here we got one of these kind of like smaller classrooms. Again, more chalkboards. Kind of weird small room. More of these like classic pencil sharpeners, you know. What else would you expect in like an older school? I feel like that's what reminds me of like my own school when I was growing up. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. This side is more of like where the locker rooms are. So I'm actually gonna hop into that and I'll show you that. And there's a gymnasium over here too. That's gonna be super cool. You guys are gonna love that. All right, so here's the locker room. Yeah, these have numbers, obviously would have locks on them. All the kids probably be in here, I think, during gym class. Sorry, that like really scared me. There's a blanket here. Sometimes that makes me think that there's like someone staying here. But yeah, just kind of like where gym class would be going down. You can imagine all the, you know, chit chat conversation going on in here between like the boys or the girls. I don't know if this was specific gender. And I guess this was one of the bathrooms too. Probably a men's bathroom. You can see it actually connects to the locker room where I just was in. Yeah, definitely very peely, a little gnarly. What else would we expect? This paper towel dispenser looks really old. Like the piece won't even move anymore. That's a shame. Okay, so now we're making our way down the hall a little bit more. Got one of those cool water fountains. Got a fancy little thing right in the wall for it. I'm gonna keep making my way down here. I know that this is where the gymnasium is, so we're gonna go check that out. Okay guys, and here we are. So this is the gymnasium. It is a super cool find. This is probably one of my favorite, actually maybe one of my only gymnasiums I've come across that's kind of like this, like, you know, with basketball hoops left, and we got the, like for the very dreaded rope climb. I can only imagine how many students despise this thing. Got the bleachers, you know, for all the kids cheering on the home team. It's just strange to see how quiet this place is now, and like to imagine when it was bustling, and I don't know, it just feels weird seeing it so quiet. And then my personal favorite thing about this is the stage, especially the curtain. It's just really, really beautiful. Definitely gonna take some pictures of this. If you don't check out my Instagram already, definitely do. I'll probably link it in the description. So I really appreciate it, and you'll probably see some beautiful shots of this spot. You guys probably can't tell because the dimension gets a little funky on video, but these floorboards are so warped. You're kind of just walking and then it starts coming up out of nowhere. It's probably what happens when all this moisture is like building up under the ground. I think this place has been abandoned for like, I don't know if it's at least 20 years or what the deal's been. Who even knows if this is like an original ball for like the students here. A lot of it's unknown, but yeah, you can actually see the hump like right there. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, either way, really, really cool. Probably one of my, like I said, my favorite gymnasiums I've ever come across. Don't know, it's gonna take a lot to top this one. And here we got the way to get onto the stage, so I can give you guys that viewpoint. But here we are, we got all the curtains hanging, all the ropes to kind of adjust the curtain height is over on that side, opposite of me, and then here's the view from the top. I still just can't get over it. This is just so beautiful. I love this place. And as you guys can see, we got a maximum occupancy of 525. Okay guys, so we're kind of making our way to like the center of the building now. everyone kind of went off on their own thing, so I'm just doing my own thing too. Trying to let that slam. Ooh. Over there's not too much more. This is kind of like the very front of the building. This is kind of like most of the stuff you'd see when you come in. I'm gonna take a while because this is like a trophy case. Clearly no more trophies, got shattered, everything. Who knows if they put those trophies away somewhere else or if someone took them. Hard to say, but yeah, it's the main entrance and you come into the gymnasium I just showed you. Now I'm gonna probably make my way over the other side and then we'll go upstairs later. Okay guys, right off the bat, it's just gonna be a lot of classrooms probably. More chalkboards, clocks on the wall, and there's probably some like storage space in here for the teacher, maybe the students, and then like a hand washing station and stuff. Who knows if they did like more hands-on activities and they'd have to like wash their hands. And then here's the long eerie hallway. And this is just something cool I wanted to point out, that like they had like these dial-up phones. I'm not sure if all you'll remember those. I feel like that was even like the tail end of like my childhood, that was still a thing. So again, it just shows how dated this place is because those were not replaced yet with more modern phones. I think it closed right at the tail end of like 99. Might not be the most correct, but I think based on my research. So like I said, there's just little things that when you're looking around, even more of them over there actually. It just shows the age of this place, the era it was in. See, more dial-up, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Something else I didn't point out before is up there, because these are like all the names maybe of like people you could call on this phone. We got a Longacker, we got Gaylord, we got some interesting names here. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's left behind too, that we can see like actual people's names, I guess, who worked here. That's kind of crazy. And this is kind of weird, but it's like a big like safe. I don't really know that much is in here. I think maybe at one point they stored a bunch of like maybe really important files that needed to be kept, you know, locked tight in here. Not much anymore. I'm sure they probably just transferred it to another facility for maybe any people who attended school here. But yeah, that's kind of weird. I haven't seen that, or maybe there is something like that in my school, I just don't know. And here's this little cute checkery bathroom. I don't know, it's nothing too fancy. I just thought it looked pretty. So there's that for you. And surprise, surprise, another classroom. Nothing too out of the ordinary, you know, being in a school and all. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you a hint on where we are. Let's just look at the ground and see. We got some meal trays. So this is actually where everyone would sit and eat lunch. I know it doesn't look like it. It's kind of weird, kind of gross. But yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of noise apparently by stepping on all these. I'm gonna make my way over to the kitchen and I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like over there. Also, just a side note, I kind of like how all of these are super stacked. I wonder if they were just really left like this and then no one touched them for 20 years. Definitely some people like moved it around, but it really just looked like it's been stuck like that for way too long. Questions we may never get answers to. Okay, so here's the main kitchen area. So over here we got kind of like more of like the dish area. So maybe everyone would put their trays through here when you were done eating, and then they would get all set up to go through the dishwashing machine, and then whoever was working would probably put them away. And then of course over here we probably have separately like the actual prepping area for all the meals. We all know it doesn't really take a lot of prep to make school meals, so it's really just like throwing them in a bunch of these ovens and maybe boiling some like water for pasta. That's about it. But this is like all pretty much just a bunch of different varieties of ovens. But yeah, it's kind of weird to see these all left here because these are definitely not cheap. They probably didn't have anywhere to transfer them to. That's probably why. Or maybe they're just outdated products that, you know, when you buy them, they're like just not worth it anymore. You're gonna have to replace them super quick. So maybe that's the reason why they're just sitting here. And as for all these, I don't know. I guess these are like other kinds of meal trays. Not really sure what the difference was between those and the other ones. The other ones just seem to have like little compartments for the different foods. And then behind here, it's not really clear, but I think it's probably like a walk-in cooler. So you can see like the big fan up there probably was like the cooling system, and then you could store everything in here because let's be real, most of the stuff is usually frozen. So probably like 99% of what they're giving kids was stored up in here. So we got another gym. Don't know why they have two, what the need was, but we're here. It's cool. It definitely looks different than when I was in here last because there was not all this equipment here, but I think you can tell that they were trying to like board things up because the glass got smashed. So it does come to show you that you have to be careful because people are here right now. They're definitely working on like protecting this place from getting broken into all the time. So you gotta be slick. And over here we got some weird mural type things, and then just the same gist over and over. Classroom spaces. There's a few that kind of are like similar to this, and they're more like conference rooms, so you may like book it if you needed like something specific that you need extra space for that maybe the classroom wouldn't accommodate. But yeah, we're just gonna keep making our way down. Don't know what the deal is with this, but I just find it really weird. Kind of just eerie, creeps me out. Okay, so I'm starting to see more and more of these like weird painted things that are very like childlike. I'm gonna go back down here because there's like this water fountain and it's super low to the ground, and you guys can see more of like these things. So now I'm starting to think that maybe this is like a section for like younger kids, but it's definitely like, I thought it was also a high school or either maybe a middle school. It's really unclear. Either way, that's the itty bitty water fountain. Definitely like for my height, you can tell it's like for a kid. And here we got the old school bells. I don't know, at least for me, like that wasn't the case. We didn't have like these things going off. We just had like, it was like electronic, like over like the intercom. So that's kind of weird, at least for me. And yeah, Sonny definitely did confirm that this is like K through 12. I don't know why I'm not used to that. Most of the schools I've ever been to are like elementary, middle school, or high school. I haven't really seen many that are like all combined. So it explains like why some sections seem like they're for younger kids and other sections are definitely like more of that middle school, high school vibe. Maybe we'll make our way upstairs really briefly because there are like some like labs for maybe like science classes. So I'll show you guys that, and then we're probably gonna head out of here. All right, guys, here we are in the upstairs, probably like science lab is my best guess. So you can see here, there's like maybe like, I don't know if this is just a demo table, if maybe only the teacher would like show the experiment, if everyone would take a part in it a little bit. So we got like the water, the gas, big chalkboard, a lot of natural light, and I really love how this like comes through so warm and yellow. And here's the rest of the classroom space. I guess I'm pretty beat up. You can see the, yeah, that's a little concerning, all that falling down, but it's pretty cool. So I see Sonny got detention. What's going on?
That was a bad one.
I will not name drop locations. I will not name drop locations. I will not name drop locations. This is pretty cool too. Our guess was like, it was like maybe home ec, like learning like home skills, which is, I feel like something that I didn't have and like not a lot of people have anymore. I feel like it's pretty outdated. Got a stove, got stuff to clean, got a lot of cabinet space. I don't think that was really necessary. We got like an old school, like how old school this like clock is on here. But yeah, definitely different. Definitely something that I feel like you wouldn't see anymore. This is not something that, at least in the school districts I've been around, this is not a thing. So I suppose these washers were kind of like old school because it's like this, and you would like probably push up and down. Well, at least this is a dryer, but to spin the water out, I think. I'm not sure, but it does seem like it's also electric, so I don't know. But I haven't seen one like that before, so that's a little funky. And I guess the last thing we got in here too, it's like a biohazard container. So really anything like, if it was contaminated with human blood, maybe like someone got cut, things can happen like in a homo ec class where like you're maybe learning how to cook, maybe you're doing like knife skills or something. So they had to have this in case it was like a contaminated sharps or maybe like something broken glass, to throw that away separately from all of their other trash. All right, guys, this is like the last thing I really wanted to show you. This is like the kind of upper area. You're gonna actually recognize where we are in just a second. We're on that higher level where the heater is, just like below us. And so we got this like big old spotlight. So that would focus the light out onto the theater there. And so if you were like on the stage, you could have your light, you know, focused on you, because you'd imagine like the rest of the room would be dark, maybe for any productions that they were doing. That's really it. So I think we're gonna make our way out. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This school was such a unique and interesting find, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Anyways, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And of course, like always, I'll catch ya in the next one.